Thank you, sir. And of course, may I acknowledge the Administrative Director. We have Captain Norman R. Viola. Hospital Director, Ms. Maria Cristina M. Consing. Medical Director, Dr. Adrian R. Kidla. Finance Director, Ms. Pearl B. Salomon. Marketing Head, Ms. Rose Operanya. UPHSD Corporate Marketing and PR Director, Ms. Rosemary Lara. Also with us this afternoon from Perpetual Health Medical Center, our team members, IT Operations Manager, Mr. Jeff Fonseca. IT Project Manager, Mr. Louis Sebastian. Afternoon. Network Administrator, Ms. Christian Tejerero. Sorry, it's Mr. Christian Tejerero. I stand corrected. Executive Assistant to the Administrative Director, Mr. Abnel Calguera. And of course, joining us as well, we have Ian David Perez. And Benji Martinez. Good afternoon. And now representing RISE, headed by Mr. Justin Santiano. There he is, with us here. The dashing debonair, Mr. Justin Santiano. All right, account manager, we have Carl and Nano. And of course, the marketing manager, Mr. Hared Oro. I believe he's somewhere there. Still working until now, huh? That's good. Of course, from the marketing of RISE, we do have Ms. Isa Patindon. Kaway ka naman, Ms. Isa. Yo, that's Isa over there. Merry Christmas, Isa. I love the color. It's very Christmas. From the marketing, we have Miguel Diego Valeros. We are also pleased to welcome members of the media, led by the one and only, the timeless Mr. Mel Navarro, President of Philippine Movie Festival. Thank you all for joining us. So now, at this time, may I call on Captain Norman R. Viola, Administrative Director of UPHMC, for the opening remarks. Captain Viola, the stage is yours.
To our dear President and President Sir Richard Antonio Moran Tamayo, to our representing Perpetual Health Medical Center, to our service provider, Mr. Justin Santiano, representing RISE, to our valued guests, members of the press, magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. You know, yung RISE was not a difficult choice to choose from all other potential service providers. In fact, we took out a major provider and replaced it with RISE because of the promise that RISE holds and the advantage that RISE provided to our company is that RISE is relatively new. It's not yet congested, unlike almost all the big service providers, and they have a good network of submarine cables. And all of these assessments all came from the guidance of our president. Without his guidance, we will not be standing very close to technology. Technology is a primary guidance of our president, so we can be attuned with the changes of the times. Most hospitals now are going into technology-driven solutions. You've seen robotics play its part. You've seen hospitals relying on AI-generated software, and all of these will not happen, will not serve the purpose of any institution, not only of the hospital, if we don't have a credible transport system, a credible highway, so to speak. And that's the reason we took RISE in. RISE is not the only provider that we have. We actually have two more. That's part of our design, to provide a good resilience operations for our business. So, that said, hindi mangyayari po itong RISE if not for Carl. Si Carl Elano, siya po yung nakatayo dyan sa gilid. If you want to have a definition of persistence, you can throw away Webster's definition and then just look at Carl. Hindi talaga tumigil si Carl in selling RISE to us. And hindi naman kami na-disappoint after seeing what RISE can provide Perpetual Health Medical Center within the next 3 years at the very least. So with that, I would like to welcome all of you, especially our dear friends from the media. Maraming salamat for gracing this occasion. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much. Once again, a big round of applause for Captain Duana. Up next, we invite Mr. Justin Santiano, Area Sales Head of RISE, for a briefing on the partnership and what RISE brings to this collaboration. Please welcome Mr. Santiano.
Is it better as that? Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, again, I'd like to welcome everyone. I'd like to thank actually the Perpetual Health University Hospital Medical Center, President Tamayo, Sir Norman, lahat po na nakilala ko, heads po. So, it's nice to meet you. And our people, our friends from the press, thank you so much for raising this invitation. Actually, this is a milestone year for RISE. RISE stands for Responsible Internet Sustainability Effort. So it doesn't just say RISE there because we wanted to do, the connectivity is always rising. Yeah, we will stand up to that, but definitely we're after providing, service level uptime of 99.9%. So that's one of the things that RISE is offering. If you would notice, or maybe I would ask you, among the people here in the room, who amongst you have heard about RISE already? A show of hands, please. I'm good. Just be honest. If you haven't heard of it, it's okay. But from people of the press, wala pa po. Okay. Now, that's why I'm so excited to grace this occasion as well. Aside from the milestone of the partnership with Perpetual Health Medical Center, RISE is celebrating its 10th year already. Thank you. So we'll invite you if you can make it. We have our Christmas party in Cebu, but but on your own personal expense. But I would definitely be there and accommodating you. But anyway, kidding aside. So, just a brief history. Actually, RISE was founded by our CEO and founder, Mr. Red Jones, 10 years ago. He went here to the Philippines. He's an Australian. He went here to the Philippines to set up or put up his software development company, which is Synesy. So we still have Synesy now, aside from RISE. So, development of software. What does he need for him to excel in that field? Of course, internet. 10 years ago, when he arrived in the Philippines, that was a challenge. So again, he put it upon himself, went out and asked his friends from the telco industries, international upstream providers, maybe I can, provide an own solution to my problem. So which happened 10 years ago. That's why RISE is here with us. RISE is not commonly heard because we are not catering to residentials. We are directly catering to business, enterprise, corporate. Actually, that's why another milestone for today is the partnership with the Perpetual Health Medical Center, is because they are the first partner in the healthcare industry that RISE is partnering with here in Luzon. RISE actually is headquartered in Cebu. That's where Red Jones started it all. But till now, our office is still in Cebu. Thank God, the office is still good right after what happened during the earthquake. But we've also helped the community with that disaster. And we also have offices and our own fibers aside from Cebu and Iloilo and Davao. So if you have friends from those regions, maybe they would attest. RISE is very much present here. Okay, going back, when RISE was starting, well, again, it's a dream. It's a mission for Red Jones and the RISE as a company to help accelerate the internet in the Philippines. So we're still doing that. We're partnering. If you would go to our website, we're currently partners with Coca-Cola. We have partnerships with Angkas, KMC Sabilis. Just recently, my team, well, may NDA naman, ano? So we got Restance Coffee Corporation. So we've started with a few, maybe about 20 to 30 sites nationwide, Starbucks. So just recently also, we've established partnership with, sino ba kayo? Yung una natin. Okay, the PALSCON, the Association of Service Providers. No? So again, we're also partnering with our techno parks. My team is working on Laguna Techno Park Association Incorporated. But yes, we are actually eventually and slowly but surely growing. So I was told 10 minutes. How many minutes na po ba? Baka magbayad po ako ng extra. 5. Another 5 more. Alright, thank you. So, again, accelerating internet in the Philippines. I'm very glad to share with you. I just don't have a presentation. But 10 years ago, the Philippines is at the bottom in Southeast Asia. But now, in the internet industry, we are at the middle already. So that's a fact. You can, well now, digital na talaga, no? So you can ask AI, you can ask chat, am I supposed to mention ChatGPT? If you're a Google user, you can use Gemini. Lalabas po yan. So ano po ang importance, bakit namin pinupush na magkaroon din po kami ng mga partners sa healthcare industry? I, for one, is an attestation that this hospital is at the forefront of medical technology. Advancements in medicine. 2001, 24 years ago, I had a vehicular accident at one. That's why my voice is like this. And I owe it to Perpetual Health Medical Center. This is my second life. I had a vehicular accident. I was brought here. That's why I was teary-eyed and nostalgic entering the lobby. Because during that time, my room is just there on the ground floor. I was in the ICU for 3 days. I was young then. I'm still young now. But then again, I mean, I still remember my surgeons. I have a general surgeon, I have a thoraco-vascular surgeon, I have a pulmonologist, and all the other subspecialties. So I was talking to your team, sir, and I was very grateful. I talked to Ma'am Tina, to Dr. Kidlat. I told them my story. So this is my way of giving back. Alright? This is RISE's way of extending our internet, not just internet, but the connectivity to the Filipino people, all the patients of this hospital, Perpetual Health Medical Center, because we couldn't reach it. Wala kaming residential. So doon na lang. Kasi talagang pagdating sa advancements, and this is a training hospital, so talagang yung mga residents natin doing the trainings, yung mga future dati, actually I have cousins na younger than me na mga dating nagsimula din ng medical students and ngayon nag-training din. So this is our way of, helping them out, being connected. So now it's a digital world, and alam naman natin, Hindi po, ayan, kita nyo, nagsasaliti po kung tagado na agad sila, di ba? Connectivity, it's more of engaging, you know, relating. So nowadays, I notice that this is one of the problems of the younger ones. Pag naputol po yung internet, di ba, nagtatantrums. So pwede ko sana sabihin, kung meron lang kami residential, hindi nyo magiging problema yan. Kasi rice is 99.9% up all the time. So another thing na kina-promise namin, maybe you can, you know, by word of mouth lang naman talaga. It's more of the experience. And in our website, we have testimonials from our clients, yung mga na-mention ko. So, yun po, yung after sales namin, nabanggit nga ni Sir Norman, ni Sir Richard, yung iba kasi medyo congested. Yung iba mabagal sumagot. Yung iba medyo malami na kasi yung kanilang client base na hindi rin masyado. But these are our friends. We are telco neutral. We're partnering with the big ones. We're partnering with, okay, you know the telcos. So, anyway, yun. We're managing our own network. Our core network is being managed by organic RISE employees, meaning we don't outsource them. If you would have a problem with your network, it's also part of our value or core value, transparency. Just go to our website, you can see our network map, active po yun, every 30 minutes nagre-refresh. If you would see, most of the lines are blue. When it goes to yellow or orange, hindi na po namin papaabutin sa 60%. We have a top-of-the-line, intelligent, automatic, rerouting network management system. Hindi po yung engineers namin ang mag-manual mag-route pa. Para po kayong pwede ko ibang yun. Parang Waze or Google Maps. Pag traffic po, i-reroute na kayo dun sa mas mabilis para makakarating nyo from point A to point B. RISE also has 5 points of presence globally. We're partnered with our upstream providers, the likes of Telstra, Telia. So we have presence in Singapore, we have presence in Hong Kong, we have presence in Japan, we have presence in the US and the US territory in Guam. So that would make you a better route or give you a better route in managing our network as well. Yun nga, diba, kung traffic, marami tayong pwedeng daanan. And one of the things that we're also promising is latency. So pag sinabi pong latency in layman's terms, ito po yung speed ng data packet mo from one point to the next. It's in milliseconds. And RISE can promise an ultra high speed latency. After sales, we have our network engineers, our field people, kami rin po yung nag-install. We have our field engineers. So, yeah, that's what we're proud of. Response time namin, 10 minutes and below. Pero hindi po, response time po yun. Response time. Yung unang report via email or kung may tawag, 10 minutes lang. Pero resolution time, it depends on the gravity. So that's what I can share with you as of the moment. And my time is up. So ako na rin po, nag-time kanina pa si Ron. Sabi na dapat hindi na kita ilang-bita. Dapat hindi ka na nagsalita dyan. No, Justin. Okay, sige. Salamat po. Anyway, thank you very much for hearing that. So I hope that gives you a background about this. So thank you again for appointing and members of the media. Can I host with you?
Yes, of course, definitely. That will make my job easier. Thank you so much. Once again, a big round of applause for Mr. Santiano. Great things ahead. Now I feel like changing the internet provider in the house. It's time to rise up, right? All right. So now the next message will be delivered by Lieutenant Colonel Richard Antonio M. Tamayo, President of Perpetual Health Medical Center. Sir, please give us your notes. Yes, ayun na lang po kayo dyan, sir.
To our partners from RISE, headed by Sir Justin Santiano, Captain Norman Viola, our Administrative Director, and to Mr. Mel Navarro, the President of the Philippine Press Club, sir. And I'll also recognize our PR and Marketing Director here. Magkakilala ba kayo? Ms. Rose Lara. And of course, to our esteemed members and friends from the press and media, to the Perpetual Health Medical Center executives and heads, of course, our IT team. Good afternoon and welcome to Perpetual Health Medical Center, Las Piñas. Today marks another milestone in our continuing journey to serve with compassion, excellence, and innovation. As we celebrate the 50th anniversary of Perpetual Health Medical Center, we reaffirm our enduring mission to remain a steadfast pillar of healthcare, dedicated to life and ever ready and responsive and resilient in the face of every challenge. Just to share with you, it is our 50th anniversary this year. We're kicking it off. But we started first as a school. Yeah, so mag-storytell lang ako saglit. Over there, you would see a picture of our founders, si Dr. Brigadier General Antonio Tamayo and Dr. Daisy Tamayo. Ang doctors talaga sa family namin are my grandparents sa paternal side. So they were classmates in UST medicine, and my grandfather hails from Pangasinan, my grandma from Binyan. So there is a Perpetual Binyan also, if you notice that, including one in Malasiki. So they were classmates, and since it was after the war, they would say my grandfather, being an obstetrician, was an advocate of family planning. And they asked him, why 12 children? So he said it was after the war. And his eldest son is my father. We call him Sir Alta. And, you know, with 12 mouths to feed, they thought of putting their own clinic and eventually their own hospital. And they realized that the hospital at first isn't a profitable business. Them being educators, my father used to teach also in College of Medicine, decided to put up a school, and particularly a nursing school. Back then, you couldn't operate a nursing school without a hospital. And my mother, who studied from abroad, from NYU, who's also a nurse, with the Department of Education, her main task was to give licenses to license nursing schools. And that's where he met my father, Sir Alta. Sir Alta was then the hospital administrator of his parents' hospital. And since she saw a lot of deficiencies, my father decided to court her. To make the long story short, they got complied. Not only with the permit, but they ended up together. And 4 years after that, they ended up putting up their own school. So you'll notice even this room is actually a classroom size. 7 by 9 siya. Classrooms to lahat that start. And eventually, a year after, they decided to put up the hospital. So the school eventually moved to the main campus. And yes, we've been serving the Las Piñas community, Southern Tagalog, even South Metro Manila, for the last 50 years. And really, we also celebrate a milestone. We're happy with the graduates we have produced, the patients we have served, and very touching to know your story, sir. Mamaya, I hope ano pa natin yung mga doctors baka connected pa rin. They are still with us.
The son.
The
son is here, but he's in the States.
Oh, wow. Okay. And imagine all the patients we have served throughout these 50 years, the doctors and specialists we have produced, and also our nurses that we produce, and all healthcare professionals who are both still here in the country and also across the globe. We take pride in what we have done, what the chairman and the founders have done throughout all these years. And more so, aside from looking back in the past, is of course looking forward to the future, of which people say the future is now. It's here. And definitely, our new partnership with Rise Internet will represent a critical step in the direction of moving forward. Reliable connectivity has become a lifeline for all hospitals, supporting patient care, data management, emergency response, Through RISE, Perpetual Health Medical Center strengthens its digital backbone, ensuring that our doctors, nurses, and support teams can provide uninterrupted service even in times of crisis. This initiative is part of our broader modernization roadmap anchored on our hospital information system and our business continuity plan to safeguard lives, sustain essential operations, enable rapid recovery following any kinds of disaster, both natural and man-made. As we look forward to the next 50 years, Perpetual Health Medical Center continues to embrace an innovation that secures not only our systems, but the trust of the community we serve. Again, thank you for being part of this important moment in our journey towards a more connected, resilient, and future-ready Perpetual Health Medical Center. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Delano. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed with the formal signing of the partnership agreement. May I invite the principal signatories who are already seated to sign their copies in place. So now we are witnessing the official partnership between Perpetual Health Medical Center and RISE. All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It is official. The partnership between Perpetual Health Medical Center and RISE has been formed.
One shaking hand. Handshake. Handshake. Shake hands. Cross hand. Photo op. Yung dalawa. Lalapit ko isa.
All right, there you have it once again. The official partnership between Perpetual Health Medical Center and RISE has been forged. Also, get a big round of applause to this gentleman. There's also a gentleman here. So now, my dear friends, we will now open the floor for questions from the press, members of the press. So please raise your hand and wait for the microphone. When called, state your name and media outlet prior to your question. Sir Mel Navarro is kind enough to assist us on this part of the program. Sir Mel?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. For our Q&A, we will start the question and answer portion, starting off with Mr. Jojo Panaligan of Ranger PH.
First of all, congratulations, Perpetual and RISE. My first question, how does RISE Internet see its role in enabling Perpetual's goal of becoming a more resilient and future-ready healthcare provider? Maybe Mr. Justin.
Here, you could use.
Thank you for that question. Well, as mentioned a while ago, it's about the age and day today is more about being connected. So with the connectivity that we will be providing, as mentioned a while ago, also that it's the service level is more of an uptime of 99.9%. And aside from that, we're also offering other ICT solutions that they would be needing to provide better connectivity, internal and outside of their facilities, and to support the operations of their medical team. Actually, that's one thing that I am proud of. Being a supplier or being a partner of Perpetual Health Medical Center, even if you don't reach those patients, I know that with their objective of being at the forefront of medicine, being at the forefront of the digitalization of what's happening in the world, to support whether just a basic treatment of a patient or a medical forefront in the sense of being in the robotics or in the future proofing of life, meaning giving best in class healthcare, which I received. It's something that we can give back. We can support that.
Thank you. Two more questions, sir. Kanina it was mentioned na parang submarine cable yung RISE. Yung ba yung dahilan kaya confident kayo na kahit magkaroon ng natural calamities, particularly maybe and hopefully not, yung the big one ay hindi maapektuhan ng serbisyo niyo for Perpetual?
Hindi po maiapektuhan, pero syempre it depends on the fibers. So what we can make sure of, as long as there's connectivity, syempre it's run by power. So when there's no electricity, we couldn't have a power to support the connection. So as long as there's power, as long as there's, well, we have contingencies as well. If you would notice, I don't know if you've heard about data centers. So nowadays, well, conglomerates or big companies or even small companies, they also invest in that data center, meaning it's not just in their specific offices that where they store data. As much as possible, they store it on another site, which is secured, meaning on high ground, it's not going to get flooded, meaning far away from a fault line, so that if in case there would be disasters like the recent earthquake, we have to support that. So that again would provide the backbone for not just connectivity, but actually it's more of ensuring that things are going to be online. But yes, we will be dependent on the power grid.
Finally po, from me, lilimitahan po ba ng RISE yung number of clients nila para ma-ensure na kahit kailan hindi magiging congested? Kasi diba yun po ang kaninang sabi nyo na kahit bago kayo, at least na-assure nyo yung clients nyo na yun ang advantage namin, hindi kami congested. So,
again, I am very proud. So yeah, I want to show you our network map. Actually, that challenge might come to your mind. No? Ay, pag marami na sila, pag kasing laki na nila si Glo, kasing laki na nila si PLDT, ang daming kliyente, baka hindi na nila masuportahan. Again, ang objective namin, coming from my CEO and COO, we're not here to be the biggest telco. We're here to be the best. So we will be expanding. We're 400 strong now. We will improve our manpower and our support team to ensure that each and every client will have a good customer experience from start to finish. That's what we're going to deliver. When we say our mission is to accelerate or to help the Philippines accelerate its internet or its interconnectivity, we're going to do that. So make sure, again, at the end of the day, the customer should be provided for, and yun pa rin, isa sa values din kasi namin is customer centricity. So we will adapt, we will expand if needed, we will add to our infra, to our manpower, to our support groups, just to ensure that Perpetual Health Medical Center would be provided the service that they signed up for. So again, maybe in the next 3 years, I hope we would be able to prove ourselves. And if not, maybe we would be the sole provider. But, well, in connectivity kasi, meron usual na primary and secondary, just to have a feel safe. And it's better to get 2 different providers. Yeah. So, yeah.
Salamat po.
Ako pala yun.
Yeah, thank you, Jojo. For your information po, Jojo is from here, Las Piñas. Kaya, kapitbahay lang. A few 5 minutes
Mas
away.
Piñero din, so yeah.
Yeah. Before we move on to our next questions, Sir Tamayo, gusto ko lang pong tanungin, nung una pong nilapit sa inyo ang proyektong ito, ano po ang tumatakbo sa isipan nyo, kaya nyo po napapayag ang partnership na ito with RISE?
Of course, definitely reliability, I think is very important. Ako mismo sa office ko, I have connections from both. Because as you know, this is also a school facility. So ang university may connection rin dyan. And then yung hospital meron din. So minsan I switch. Sabi ko parang mahina yata ito. Just for my own usage. And sabi ko nga kay Sir Norman, who's our admin director, we really need a reliable connection. Lalo na that we are in the hospital setting. In fact, it reminds me of a time during our pioneering days, hindi pa uso yung internet noon, no? Kami-kami lang nagbibiruan. Meron kaming school director dati na maoperahan. And then ang sabi niya, sa aming chairman kay Sir Alta, sabi, Sir Alta, may isa po akong request. Pwede ba yung aming pinaka-engineer, hospital engineer, wag po mawala habang inooperahan ako. Kasi kinakabahan siya, baka raw mag-brown out, wala raw magpapagana ng generator. But kidding aside, no, of course we progressed from there. Meron na tayong automated transfer switch. We're also ISO certified in hospital and everything. And connectivity plays a very crucial role in healthcare delivery. We do have, of course, the day-to-day na nagyayaring our residents and fellows. I think that sets us apart from other hospitals also. We produce our own doctors, a lot of specialty programs, everything. But they have to call and coordinate all the time with consultants. And connectivity is very important there with our RISPAC system that our readers get to interpret the results and give feedback. Mahalaga rin yun for timely and accurate intervention. And even, of course, in telemedicine, in our education and training, all of this play a very important and crucial role. Mahirap yung walang internet downtime. But of course, we also have backups, as mentioned ni Sir. Okay? And at the end of the day, it's also part of our training na maging resilient pa rin, all the doctors and medical staff. And sometimes I even look at my own children. No? Meron na yatang Gen Beta ngayon. I think we started as baby boomers, meron Gen X, may millennials, may Gen Z, Gen Alpha. Ayaw ko paano sila mabubuhay kung walang internet, but they still need to know the basics, especially if you are into this industry, healthcare delivery, which is really integrally part of our training pa rin. But malaking tulong talaga ang technology when it comes to healthcare delivery. I may add na rin, even right now with our government's efforts on increasing healthcare coverage for our fellow Filipinos, yung plano ng PhilHealth, if you notice, nag-expand talaga sila with the YAKAP program, and meron silang zero balance, at even for other illnesses, ina-expand nila. Ngayon, how does connectivity play a big role dyan? Malaki, kasi the doctors need to fill out these forms properly. Dina-download yan, sinesend yan sa PhilHealth. And even when doctors are not around, they confer with the residents and the fellows. And mas mabilis ang turnaround time na to. Better than of course, ang mga doctors, because they also have needs. Diba? They also have basic needs that they have to attend to. So kung mabagal ang connectivity, mabagal yung pag-process ng internally within our control, no? Iba pa yung within PhilHealth. PhilHealth naman is doing its level best to really make the claims move faster. But of course, it involves also our end sa hospital and also yung doctors. So mapapabilis yung process. Mabilis rin yung makukuha ng hospital and ng mga doctor, yung reimbursements, which we badly need to serve more people. Malaking problema yun pag nag-balloon yung collectibles sa PhilHealth dahil mahina ang connection. Ayun, nakangiti ang aming medical director. Alam niya ang hinaing ng doctor. No? So, again, reliable connectivity will shorten up the process, will make it easier for both the hospital and the doctors, and even for our patients.
Thank you so much, sir. Our next question is from Kate Agahar of Random Republic.
Hi, good afternoon. When will the RISE connection start, and how do you intend to transition to that new connection?
Our admin director.
We already started with RISE, and with the approval of our president about 2 months back, we have been under the so-called 99.9 CIR, or guaranteed for internet rate. Wala kaming downtime sa kanila compared to other providers. Medyo we're experiencing that, but through to their commitment, nakukuha namin yung kanilang promise. We have 3 providers. It's a standard. Actually, dalawa lang eh. But because we need to make sure that we stay connected and committed dun sa aming motto, yung aming battle cry, dedicated to life, we have to make sure na lahat yan connected. So, the failure of one service provider, mag-load balance yung aming system para kunin dun sa kabila. Naka-automatic load balancing kami. Hindi ko na babanggitin yung pangalan ng provider kasi baka sabihin nagpo-plan. Hindi kami nagpo-plan. But the system basically tells you how committed we are to making sure that we deliver our services, whether technology-based or otherwise.
Thank you, sir. And for Sir Justin, because RISE sounds very promising, can you share with us more about the details of the speed, the connectivity, the advantages it has over the other ones, other providers?
I told you, Carl, I should have brought my PowerPoint presentation. But anyway, I can walk you through, even I don't have a detailing aid.
Next press.
Thank you. Anyway, when it comes to connectivity and internet sustainability, that's what we're proud of. It's the network. We're managing, as mentioned a while ago, we're managing our own core network with our own set of both field engineers and network engineers. So if only we can show you you can visit RISE.ph, our website, even if you're not really gonna go into inquiring. We have a tool there. It's called the Looking Glass. So what does the Looking Glass do? You're gonna input an IP address that you wanna send to, a message, a data, or whatever, and then you would see, and you would measure the latency, meaning the speed from sending that data packet from the Philippines to Australia, from the Philippines to the US, from the Philippines to Japan or Hong Kong, that actual that actual IP address, kayo naman po ang input nun eh. So, para makita nyo, ma-experience nyo, subukan nyo po yun. Free yun, and it's on online lagi. So, that can actually prove yung aming latency. Nabanggit naman nila when it comes to redundancy also, yung sinasabi nila na, we have to have a backup, yung load balance and all that. Let's not get too technical. Kung baga parang meron tayong laging option A, option B. So just to make sure na meron tayong, just for business continuity. Another, I would like to share, total na banggit na rin on that. There's one client, this is how proactive we are. One client, when I had an event in Laguna Techno Park, they are already our client, and then Sir Norman, just to share, I'm so proud. So when we had that session, and then that client told us, you know what happened with me? I was called upon by RISE when I tried testing our secondary ISP, which is RISE. So yung first, si RISE, pinatay niya without informing us. Nagtetest siya nung kung yung kill safe, yung backup, kung tinatawag. So, tumawag sa kanya si RISE. The network engineer called, "Sir, are you having a problem with your network? Are you receiving data packets? Nag-down po ba? May problema?" Sabi niya, "Ay, paano mo nalaman?" So, yun yung sinasabi namin, no? It's more of, we're monitoring the data or your consumption as well. If you're underutilizing or overutilizing, we'll also share with you. So that's how proactive we are. And then there's one story again that came from our client na yung internet nila nawala doon sa network map namin. Tumawag ulit si network engineer. True enough, kaya pala walang gumadaan na data packets, nasusunog na yung data cabinet nila doon sa baba ng opisina nila. Hindi pa nila alam. So yeah, those are the testimonials and the kwentos lang that I can share with you. But yeah, that's how we will provide and continuously support what we're promising.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Kate. We have a question from the entertainment editor of Manila Standard, Nikki Wang.
Hey, good afternoon. First of all, congratulations sa inyong partnership. I'd like to ask Mr. Tamayo. I understand that this partnership is just the start of many programs that you have for the institution, but after this partnership, the officials signing of your partnership, what are the plans that you have for that for the hospital and the educational institution regarding your digital infrastructure? So, what are the future projects?
Well, definitely our goal is to make everything interconnected to begin with. I have this pet project right now. This one is the pipeline. Sir Norman knows about this. I mention it all the time. It's very basic, with PhilHealth, playing a very bigger role in hospitals. In fact, I would say for hospitals, we're expecting PhilHealth to compromise probably 25% or 30% of our revenues. Lumalaki siya. So very critical yun. Kung hindi mo maayos yung turnaround time, you're not paid on time. That is critical on our cash flow. We won't have money to pay our suppliers and the rest. And of course, doctors have their needs also. So essentially, we're coming up with a system that will make PhilHealth processing faster. So again, interconnectivity plays a very big role there with our existing hospital information system. But again, without reliable connectivity, babagal ko yung processing. Furthermore, we're also working on the doctors. Alam nyo, normally, ang iniisip natin, ang primary customer ng isang hospital ay patients. Tama naman din. We really treat our patients, both the doctors and the hospitals, our partners. But ang something peculiar sa ating healthcare system that's different with the rest is we're more similar with the US. Mas dispersed yung ating systems, may HMO tayo, you can directly go to a consultant. Unlike if you go to other nationalized healthcare systems like the UK, Australia, you have the US, Canada, talagang dadaan ka muna sa primary care, government, hospital. Doctors will have this, the UH is working on this also, but generally we're still dispersed. No? And the main difference between us and the US, which we have a similar system, malaki ang say ng doctor. Maybe personal yung experience, you have a doctor that you trust, you rely on. And if this doctor tells you, dito ka sa hospital na to, or dyan ka sa hospital na to, mas comfortable ako, malaki yung kanyang say. And part of keeping doctors happy is of course letting them know the status of their collections. Kahit paano may hanap buhay ang ating mga doctors. And for them to know the status of their collections from HMOs, from PhilHealth, even from credit cards or promissory notes, status of their accounts, you need connectivity. So we have a platform where they can check, nabayaran na ba ako ni PhilHealth? Or nasa hospital ba ang bola? You know, we are working on that, on a transparency program that will also encourage our doctors to patronize the hospital more. And of course, for them to be encouraged to handle more patients as well. So, again, the PhilHealth area is a priority. This, what we call doctor's fee system is a priority. Our emergency records, our EMR, electronic medical records, is something that we're also working on. So everything can be interconnected. And we are working on a patient's app we're in. You can also check your medical history, everything, even schedule appointments and the like. So, in fact, after this meeting, we will be meeting another service provider that will also take care of scheduling naman with our doctors. So, the medium of all of these plans and programs is connectivity. So, we really hope to rise together.
Thank you. And for my next question, still for Mr. Tamayo. Earlier, we heard a very inspiring story from Mr. Santiano receiving best-in-class service from Perpetual Health. But we wanted to know, do you have any plans to expand in different locations, perhaps north or other parts of Metro Manila? Maybe?
Yes, it's in the plan. In fact, our chairman will be celebrating his birthday again soon, and he gets sentimental. I won't mention his age. He doesn't want to mention it. But I guess you come to a point that you know you've achieved already so much, but you know you can still do so much. And he has really great plans. And you know, as second generation family business owners, I think it is our responsibility to be good stewards to continue what they have started, and especially the social good. Really inspiring to hear stories, and we hope to do the same, you know, for all Filipinos. If you will look at our model, how Perpetual started, and with what I've shared, we started first as a school, and eventually became a hospital. So the way I'm looking at it, in every Perpetual Health campus, there must be a hospital. So I think that is the natural trajectory that we are looking at. In fact, if you look at Perpetual Health Molino, they are celebrating their 30th year. Yan ang wala pang hospital yun. Diba? Dapat nasabayan. This one, nung tinayo to, this was 75. The next year, there was already a hospital. So if you're asking me, I'm looking at Molino as a natural trajectory for growth. And we have a campus also in Calamba, so it's also possible. And malaking complementation for a university to have its own hospital. There's a lot of collaboration. Again, and connectivity will play a big role also though, considering we are a university system. By the way, just to share, we are, the University of Perpetual Health System is composed of 10 campuses ayun, across Luzon, with our latest campus in Rojas City. And they are all headed by our Chairman of the Board and CEO, Dr. Brigadier General Antonio Tamayo. We have 2 hospitals. Originally, we had 4, but I think he has plans on reviving eventually the other 2. And they are situated wherein we have schools as well. So, medyo challenging talaga ang hospital, pero nandyan ang opportunity really to make a difference as well and compliments. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikki. We have questions from Jeman Villanueva of Orange Magazine.
Hello. Congratulations with the partnership. Curious question lang. The internet is for the whole hospital, including the patients, or exclusive just for the staff?
Everyone. And this particular location includes subsidiaries also. So, pati sila kasama. Essentially, our family is known to be into healthcare and education. But we've also diversified into other businesses. So, we have an agribusiness head office. It's here also. I believe we're around 6,000 SAO level. Around 3,000 SAO level na yata doon. With several sites, we also have an HMO, which is Healthcare Development of the Philippines. It's one of the oldest HMOs in the country. And our chairman decided to set that up, basing it from the US model then, wherein most HMOs have their own hospital. And then we also have, of course, our foundation. We also have our food service. I don't know how the food was. We have a DCs, we have a resort also, yung Sol Ibiento Hot Springs. And that's on the wellness part, which complements the hospital. We have a hotel in Ateneo, Tagaytay. So their head offices are here. So pati sila, the hospital being the primary unit here also provides, and thank you to RISE, the internet and connectivity to the entire area, including patients, students who are here, and also customers.
Regarding RISE, sir, you mentioned 10 years na po kasi kayo. Then, first time yung nakipag-collaborate with healthcare, ano po, diba? Why just now and why Perpetual Health yung nauna? Aside dun sa story mo kanina na passion.
Actually, when I got to know about dealing with Perpetual Health, I didn't meddle. Carl was the one who's instrumental. He's also an alumnus. He studied here. So he wants to bring back what he can help. But with your question, this is not the first hospital nationwide. First hospital here in Luzon. In our headquarters, again, our stronghold is in Cebu. That's where we started. So we partnered with the major hospitals there as well. But why only now? Because we actually started here in Luzon, well, more of saturating buildings, corporate accounts, enterprise accounts. But now we're expanding. I am looking at industrial parks. My team is working on hospitals, hospitality as well, not just healthcare. Hospitality meaning hotels. So you will be hearing us partnering with some hotels as well. That's in the works, in the pipeline. With what Sir Richard mentioned a while ago, I think when it comes to their concern with PhilHealth, don't worry, we just signed up one of the regional sites of PhilHealth also. So at least siguro magsimula tayo from one regional office to the next para at least hindi kayo mag-worry na baka something would get lost in the middle of that connection. So RISE is also hindi na rin ako, no? So pwede natin i-declare sa PhilHealth. Okay. So yun naman, bidding yun ha. So kasama sa PhilCheps yun. So hindi to parang yung nangyari dun sa let's not talk about politics. So again, going back, that's our well, pathway, our roadmap. So if you're gonna ask us, would RISE just be, ay baka may magtanong ako na rin yung nag-preempt, no? So sorry kung may magtatanong. If RISE would just be about connectivity, no, we're not. We're gonna be venturing into other ICT solutions. We're not just here to connect you, we're here to provide solutions to your ICT needs. So information and communication technology needs. So we'll let you know as these come by.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have questions from Isa Iglesias of the Manila Times.
Yes, good afternoon. To Sir Tamayo. Was there any specific challenges in the past that prompted Perpetual Help to really boost up the disaster preparedness connectivity of the hospital? Or this was planned now way before, especially recently may mga like earthquakes in Cebu and Davao. And that's my follow-up question also, how prepared is the hospitals, the two hospitals of Perpetual Help when it comes to these calamities?
Our chairman, in fact, called for a meeting, on that, and he personally had an experience before. As I mentioned, their love story. He was the hospital administrator of Perpetual Manila back in the day, and he had a sad experience na may rescue sila sa elevator, hindi mawala sa scene niya yun, no? So actually may konting, magalit sa akin, may konting phobia siya sa elevator. But the first thing he did was to call for a meeting and to ensure that we are actually ready. Kagandahan naman with our hospital, we have a business continuity plan, and part of our strategic management is really focusing on patient safety. So we have pocket drills every now and then, not to mention quarterly drills that we also do. And part of us is also being ISO certified for our environment and also our health and safety. So tinitingnan yung mga exits, part nun is to see anong magyayari, lalo na yung mga nasa ICU or those in the OR. Kailangan, how do we evacuate them? And thirdly, we came up with a guide and a protocol, no? Pag more than 7 yung magnitude, evacuate na talaga. And we are also currently looking, may study na kami, checking on how stable this building is. There are some cities in Metro Manila that actually have an ordinance na if your building is 50 years old, pinapa-check ulit, pinapa-recertify sa isang structural engineer. I think more cities are trying to get into it. Alam ko Makati is into that. So yung consultant namin, wala pa yata kasi in the city, because this is largely residential. Hindi naman siya ganun ka high-rise, but I'm sure our LGU will already be, or is probably doing something about it. So yung consultant namin nagsabi na, kaya kailangan mapa-check. And we're celebrating our 50th year. So, very timely yun. And actually, ang aming residence ay malapit lang dito rin, within the compound. So, there's all the more reason of our chairman of the board to also really look into the structure. I think more than preparing, which is working on your response, my drills and everything, we should all more be focused on the structural. Yun na ang labanan dito ngayon. So, there's a team who does that, to assess the exact state of the columns and the structure. And kami naman from our end, we have all these drills. We work with the LGU. We work also with the OCD and also with the Bureau of Fire Protection. So we simulate both earthquake and fire drills. So again, ang mahalaga dyan yung interoperability. So when you talk about disaster, the concept of having an incident command system, and the heart of it is really communication. not just the organization but your communication. So again, interconnectivity will play a very big role with these government agencies and even from within. So that I would say is very important, and yun, yung nagyari, napanood niya sa YouTube yung sa Cebu. So he called for a meeting, and prior to the meeting, we in fact did already a pocket drill. And we are hoping it still will not happen, but we are preparing always for the worst case scenario, and we are always ready for that. And again, our partnership with RISE will give us that further confidence that things will be easily in place, and even in terms of recovering on the resilient part, mabilis. I think the idea of data centers are also important to back things up. But in the meantime, keeping us connected will really help in the times of crisis. Thank you.
Sir, you mentioned earlier you're celebrating the 50th anniversary. So for sure, the partnership is one of the big projects this year. What else are you really looking forward for this year's anniversary? Any more celebration or something?
Yes, definitely we are continuously upgrading our equipment and services. So far, we've partnered with Siemens. They've been a strategic partner. So our CAT lab, our MRI, our nuclear med, these are all powered by Siemens. And the kagandahan also with Siemens, similarly as what RISE is also saying, it's not just connectivity, they offer IT solutions. So we partner with like-minded organizations. They also what we call valued partnership. So because for long-term partnership, they're able to provide us also with expertise, consultants in areas of hospital design, efficiency, service, throughput, technology. Mahalaga yun. So it's not basically the service on the surface, but what's within and what's forward-looking. I think we need those. So yes, we're expanding also our OR. We're also starting to look into AI, but of course, doctors pa rin ang trainee. It will still be just an adjunct tool, yung AI to help. Ang pipirma pa rin talaga ay doktor, hindi yung computer. And robotics is something we're looking at, but we're checking our priorities as well. Whether it's needed, but we do have already minimal invasive surgery to begin with. We have a preceptorship program as well. And I wanted to also say, we are known as the first AFP-affiliated reserve medical center. Kaya may lieutenant colonel na nakalagay dyan, ay may reservist. Ganon din si Sir Alta, he is a brigadier general. So our unit, being the first AFP-affiliated reserve medical center, is a brigade size under the AFP Reserve Command. So in times of national emergencies, calamities, disaster, and we hope no rebellion, political crisis or war with communist China and all these things. Hindi naman magyayari yun, but we are also prepared. So I think it is inherent, in our nature to be forward-looking, to have that business continuity plan, and to always prepare ahead. But again, we're always even a work in progress. So even our build-up of our reservists, we continue to do that. We have a target of 1,700 reservists. We're currently at 900, but we need to be at 80%. Yan ang trust rin ng AFP for all affiliate reserve units. Kasi you can be a reservist individually, but in our case, it is the hospital that is the reserve unit.
Thank you so much. We're down to the last two set of questions. The other one coming from Mr. John of Kumagkao.
Hello, sir. I'm a lifestyle blogger. Congratulations on course, celebrating your anniversary and this partnership. I'd like to ask Sir Tamayo this question because now you're certainly planning for the future, but can you tell us the community that you serve, what benefits are they getting off of not just the hospital, but this partnership per se?
Definitely, it's affordable, reliable, and accessible, and compassionate healthcare. It's important to be reliable. Filipinos deserve the best healthcare. And you know, my grandpa would always say this. I remember when I was young that I would quote this and say that a healthy nation is a wealthy nation. In fact, my grandfather back in the day ran for senator. That was 1992. So meron siyang campaign na doctor sa Senado. He's a proponent also of affordable and reliable healthcare. And it still is our dream and pursuit to give to this community. And definitely with good connectivity, we would be able to provide this to all Las Piñeros, to those who live within South Metro Manila and Southern Tagalog. In fact, during our kickoff anniversary, which was held 2 weeks ago, we had a fun run in BF Resort. And this was supported, of course, by the LGU and also by the Homeowners Association. And no less than the PhilHealth President, Dr. Mercado was present. And we had a Yakap caravan with him. So the people were able to register with Yakap. This is the Consulta before. Now this is the Yakap program. They're trying to create awareness on PhilHealth's packages and their coverage, and by helping residents, people register through events. And we do have a satellite clinic in BF Resort. That's why we're chosen also as a site, a primary care facility to be able to provide that. And we hope to extend that around the periphery as well, continue to do that. So people would really get the best healthcare. They would have the choice where they want to be cared of. And for now, private facilities do have an inherent advantage relative to government facilities. Not to downplay the government facilities or government-owned hospitals. They're also developing, but I believe the private sector is generally much ahead in providing this service. So I think PhilHealth has seen the importance of that, and they're really also looking at private hospitals to be accredited primary care facilities, especially for the Yakap program. So I see us working on this, promoting this, especially in this area as well. For which again, connectivity will play a very good role in IT solutions.
Sir, another question I'd like to ask is about the data centers. Are your medical records currently being backed up remotely somewhere, or are you planning to do so in the near future?
Let Sir Norman answer this, but I know we're doing a combination as of now. I think there are several schools of thought there depending on which IT consultant you will ask, but I think the trend now is going really cloud.
Well, the trend is really going cloud. We have yet to take that road. At the moment, we have our own backup systems. We have our own remote servers. But recently, we started talking to a service provider who will host our second disaster recovery facility. So we're basically creating another redundancy there. So we have our own local on-premise, and then the other one remote.
All right. Well, my last question is for Rice, sir. I'm a computer engineer by profession. I really like what you're doing as a B2B business initially, but now you're covering other industries as well. Now, can I ask you, this particular partnership that you have with the hospital and the education sector that they have, can you like give us like a ballpark figure of how much coverage do you have in cases like when something happens? If there would be like a calamity that happens within these grounds, how secure are you that you'd be able to provide the services? Because I was worried a while ago when you mentioned that once that there's no power, there's no connectivity. Do we have certain things that you do so that that wouldn't happen at all?
All right. Don't be scared. Don't overanalyze with what I said. Basically, when you say when there's no power,
yeah,
but they have reserve power because they have backup generators, then if the fiber is there, our fibers won't get cut unless it would be affected by that calamity. For example, I mean, it's either it's on the posts, but some developments we have it
underground. Yes.
Yeah. So when the fiber is intact and not affected by the quake
at all,
connectivity is there. But power of the modems or the routers or that appliance that gives you, because when it's wired, when it's cable, there's no problem. Diba? So again, yung ibang power ng appliance na nagbabato ng wifi mo, yung router na nagbibigay ng connectivity doon sa area na yun, meron tayong tinatawag na access point. So, you're familiar with that?
Yes.
Yeah. So, again, kung mawala ng power, kahit nasabihin na natin na for a short period of time, pero mag-activate yung generator niya, babalik yun. That's my power. So, yung sabi ko na huwag ka mag-worry, kasi sinabi ko about, it depends on the power grid, if push comes to shove, that it's, all Armageddon and, the fiber breaks, that's when we stop the connectivity. That's when we cannot commit. Because, again, it's not on the network management, but rather the facility. If our facility or infrastructure would be damaged by the calamity, that's when I wouldn't be able to commit or give you an assurance that we can still proceed with the connectivity. But if the facility would be intact, it still continues.
Do you have a facility in the zone, which is why you can do this? Or
as mentioned, we are telco neutral. We're partnering with different telcos.
Okay.
In Visayas and Mindanao, specific locations, Cebu, Iloilo, Davao, we have our own fibers.
All right.
All right. Just to give you a background, in Luzon, again, there are the big ones.
Yes.
The monopolies and then the earlier ones. So when it comes to paglatag ng infra, it's a little bit difficult. We are actually planning, or we're in the works of participating in getting our fibers here. But it's not that
takes
easy.
Of course.
Just to share with you, it's an open and then naman. So other telcos, they consolidate. For example, the like of Philcom. So that's my problem in Ortigas. Si Ortigas nasa ilalim.
Yes.
So si Philcom kinuha, nakipag-usap kay Ortigas Center Association Incorporated or OCAI, sila ang magdi-distribute sa ibang telco. So kaya nga telco neutral, we coexist. We don't treat our competitors as enemies. Because we are synergizing. We are working together to ensure that connectivity is given to these businesses, to these establishments, to the people.
Regardless of who's there. Alright, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, John. Now we're down to the last question from Philippine Star, Earl Bracamonte. Earl?
Sir Richard, this partnership, is it a pilot project for all the hospitals and colleges under the Perpetual Health System? Or are the other hospitals and colleges in other parts of the Philippines gonna be served by networks in their immediate localities?
Well, it is a, you could say it is a pilot project. We are run by one chairman of the board and CEO. And we do have committees on best practices. So per area, we have an IT committee. And in fact, concurrently, Sir Norman is our chief admin officer. So he heads all of the administrative committees. May mga representatives po yan from every campus and every unit. And they compare notes. So I'm sure pag nakita nila yung connectivity ng RISE, they will be all the more interested to also explore RISE. This is the center, I believe right now, Las Piñas, because this is where the head office is of our chairman of the board and CEO. So I'm sure kung matutuwa si Sir Alta sa YouTube feed niya, I'm sure it will be shared as well to the other units and campus. Yes, sir.
I've heard about the experiences of the chairman, the elevator, and he saw what happened to Cebu. Well, I was also there, and when you look at the plasters falling from the ceiling, it's not a nice sight to see. Anyway, you mentioned about the 50-year structural certification, and even without that, can I assume that the perpetual health system is very strict on creating the buildings for their hospitals and colleges, so that with all this disaster preparedness, the building itself is stable and safe?
Definitely, the chairman, as I mentioned, is very particular with structures because of his first-hand experience on that. And he really ensures that things are, of course, above board. We have a structural engineer, board certified, who really checks and signs off all the designs. We also have our own construction company. It's called the Land Developers. Tingin ko, if you look at the chairman, maririnig niyo ba ito? Because actually, he is one who began first learning in the School of Hard Knocks. As I mentioned the story, his father, my grandpa, was a professor in the College of Medicine, UST. And he was supposed to be a doctor also. No? Hindi siya doctor. Ako rin, I am not a medical doctor. It's our grandfather. And when my grandfather saw his grades, professor din si Lolo sa UST, nakita niya, bakit panay palakol to yung grade ko? And then, kinakansyawan siya ng fellow faculty. Anak mo ba yung, bakit ganun lang grades niya? So, sinabi niya sa anak niya, anak, baka gusto mong mag-commerce na lang. Okay? So, eventually, he took commerce, but it did not stop him and his love for healthcare delivery, and even for his love for education. And that's why he was saying na eto ako who didn't really like schooling to begin with, or medicine did not like him, but he has a hospital. He wasn't really the best student, but he has a school. And he's not really an engineer, but he has a construction company. But I think he has a love for engineering. Talaga, he goes around and checks. So, like for example, going back to the structural question, pinapatest niya talaga yan. And part of our process is, pag may construction, tinetest yung material. There is called a universal testing machine. In fact, we also have our College of Engineering in our campuses. Meron kaming, of course we haven't done rin sa iba, but capable ang aming College of testing the strength, the particular PSI level of cement, of the concrete that's being used for our structures. He also uses a lot of steel bars, malalaking I-beams, and again, he is hands-on in construction. If you also have the time, perhaps you can visit us in Alta D. Tagaytay. It's one of our latest hotels. And he's been constructing that. Also, Soliviento, siya mismo pumupunta to see its construction and its compliance to safety.
Okay, thank you so much. That ends our Q&A with the press. Thank you so much. We give it back to our host, our guwapong host, Francis.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mel Navarro. Palakpakan naman natin, Mr. Mel. All right, thank you so much for your questions, our dear friends, and to our panel for your responses. So this concludes the formal part of our press conference. So now we will now present a certificate commemorating this partnership. May I invite the account manager of RISE, Mr. Carl Ilano, to present the certificate.
Thank you. Hi, sir. Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Partnership inauguration presented to commemorate the formation of the strategic partnership between Perpetual Health Medical Center and RISE. Given this 21st day of October 2025 at the Delta Conference Room, Perpetual Health Medical Center, Las Piñas City, signed by Lieutenant Colonel Richard Antonio Moran Tamayo, President of UPHSMNC, and on behalf of RISE, Giovanni Bacareza, President